USD this week is we want to short Euro USD. Now, the main reason I want to short Euro USD is because Euro USD is totally overbought. That's guaranteed overbought right here. I was expecting it to get to somewhere around this level, maximum top, double top, but it got to this level, and you know, price started kicking back. So I'll be expecting to short this asset, and let me see. I just want to pull out the seasonal. The seasonal said we should be shorting from 7th up until the 10th right there. So today 7, 8, 9, 10. So to Wednesday. And what I could also see is the COT is already pumping towards down towards that asset. So that's a good sign for me. So what I'm gonna also look at is the probability. And I know we've already done this before so many times. And this COVID-19 really and truly has messed up a lot of stuff about trading. So we would just have to stay a little bit more patient. USD, a little bit more patient with the with the trades, just to make sure that we don't get caught off guard most of the time, because the market isn't making sense. If you're looking at it based on the riots that's been going on in the United States and everything that's happening, for some reason, none of the stocks are falling. They're just staying up there, and it doesn't make absolutely no sense. So they're definitely probably pumping money somewhere into the economy just to make everything look strong. But regardless of how they do it, no matter how long they do it for, it's still gonna fall down. So we just have to be able to be patient to capitalize on that fall. So we're already in June, so and June the 7th now, so that's like the 5th trading day. So we're going to the 6th trading day of this month, and basically we want to short the Euro USD. Now, from looking at this, it doesn't really look good on probability. I mean, it doesn't really look good on probability because I want to short, but it's giving me mostly it's gonna be long. So definitely, if I trade this asset, it's gonna be a very, very high risk trade. So regardless, though, I will still take the trade because the market isn't certain right now. But for me personally, I would be taking the Euro USD trade using the indicators and using not just the indicator, but also using the EA to trade it because I still need to get that to be working back up. So that's the way I'm going to approach this market this week. I'm going to trade Euro USD and I'm going to short that. And I want to also trade a stock market, but I'm not sure which asset to go for. So in this respect, there's quite a few. Let me just come back to the stock first in a second. So basically what I want to do is the Euro USD, I want to short that back down. But what I'm going to do is quickly look at the potential entry zone. And just by looking at that, we can see already there's a weakness in the 4-hour. There's already weakness in the Euro USD. There's so many wicks to the upside. And if we look at it on the daily chart, right here, it did come up to around this zone. So that's a resistance zone, and then kicking it back down. What I want to see is a retest somewhere around here. I'm choosing this zone because of that's the bottom of the wick right here. So, and also the top of the candle. So there should be like a run up to somewhere around here, about 40 something pips, and then just run that back down, probably taking about 190 pips off that table, from this asset. Hey, Cortland, welcome. So I want to quickly look to short this one and take the profit somewhere around here. So ideally, what I would expect is, let me just take this out of full screen. So what I would expect ideally is, let's see, let's just start with trend lines first. And I'm actually going to just use the rectangle right here. What I want to do is this. And then let me just support resistance. So what I want to look for is an area of resistance, and this is where my yellow line is, but this is where the PZ is. So ideally, I want the market to retrace back somewhere right here. So it comes back up something like this, and now the tricky thing is it could actually go here before heading back down, but ideally I want something here, something around here, then market kind of like bottom out to this new level, and then here, and then final drop. Now the market might not get here because what we're expecting over there was about 190 pips from where it is, so it's about 200 plus pips. So what I expect is market will come somewhere around here, but the ultimate goal is market going bouncing here, coming down, bouncing back up, then going back down. So that would be the ideal scenario in this case for the Euro USD to trade. So what I've noticed in the past week is it's becoming slightly difficult to find the four alignments that we're used to before: the seasonality, the COT aligning with the probability aligning, and with the William as we normally play the game. It's becoming more difficult because of so much has got like literally so much has happened between January till now that's changed the entire dynamics of the market. And everything is we have to look for a way to properly readapt. And I think the best solution for us to do is just be totally rigid. Do not trade without the full alignment. And this is my own personal setup that I do. Let me just load this up. I think you guys have this. Hold on. Think so. This is my So if I want to trade just with indicators, this is what I use to trade with indicators, guys. And that's basically what I use. I don't know if you guys use this. Does anyone use this to trade like this? Or have I shown this before? I don't know if I've shown you guys this before.
No.
You've never seen this before. Well, okay, I must have slacked. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload it to the website, and I'm gonna upload it to the website actually. So basically, this is the normal PZ day trading, and this is called the 8 hours flat the dip. So, and basically, what this is for is to give you access to when the market is consolidating and when the market is actually trending. So I'm just gonna go to lower time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, you don't want to use on hours like 4 hours time frame. You want to use it on minimum 5 minutes and maximum about an hour. But with an hour is even it's gonna make you lose opportunities. So what I do is just give me a second. I'm just typing in a password. I don't know if people are getting the emails that are going out. Did you receive the email today about the webinar?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's still working then. So basically, this is the setup I use. I've been using this for years now, and I'm actually surprised I haven't shown it yet because this is basically how my EA trades, and this is how my EA looks for opportunities. So when I want to let the EA look for an opportunity for me without me trading myself, this is what it does. And basically, it simply goes like this. There's two EMAs. So there's the 50 and there's the 34. Now, the 34 is not something I normally recommend to anybody. The main reason I have 34 here is because I used to use it while I used to trade binary options about 5 years ago, and it was good for binary options. But for Forex, I still use it anyway as a filter. So now the EA is only going to take a trade if these criteria are matched, which is, let me just go back. So, which is if there's if price is above the green zone, which is a buy. So if price above the 50 moving average and the 34 moving average, that's the first checklist. Secondly, if the MBFX is pointing green at that time that the price is above that level, And if the consolidation meter right here is also in the blue section, and then you have your day trading, that's the only condition it buys. So there's literally 4 conditions to be met. And which is condition 1 is price has to be over, price over um, 84 and 50 EMA.
Hey,
And
hi.
hey, how you doing, Shanawaz, man? You good?
Fine, fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's been a while you've been up. So that's the first condition. Price must be over 34 and 50 EMA. You have to get your day trading signal. So basically, guys, this is how I trade risky trades. If it's risky, super risky, this is how I do it. Nothing else. If it doesn't match this, I won't take that trade. Even if I know that I've done all my my fundamental information, but the technical is also very useful. So if I know my fundamental information is not fully aligned, then my technical should be able to offset that, and so that way I don't lose money. So my day trading has to be in check. Price has to be over 34.50. MBFX, MBFX must be in the same direction. So it must be the same as the signal. And finally, the consolidation meter has to be, price has to be trending, basically. Price to be trending. So if all these 4 criteria are met, that's the only time my EA is going to take a trade. Okay. And it will set the stop loss accordingly to what I've specified for it. Now, I normally specify the stop loss by looking at, the, what's it called? Average true range. So I do that for 14 days. And whatever number it gives me, set that as my stop loss, basically. So in situations like this, my EA would not take, if I wanted to take a buy trade, for example, it would not take any buy trade from here. So you can see right here, this has to be blue in order to take a buy trade. This has to be green, and that line has to be blue, and this has to be green. So in this situation, for example, right here, when I got a buy signal on the 15 minutes time frame, I got the buy because price is slightly above the 50 moving average and 34, and the day trade is pointing buy, and this is pointing buy, but this said no. So I won't take that signal right here. I wouldn't take that signal. I won't take that buy signal. I won't take that buy signal. I won't take that buy signal. So you can see how many buy signals made me omit that I wouldn't take. And when it got here, for example, so I got the first blue candle right here, give me buy, 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 buy. So if I bought right here, I'll have put my stop loss somewhere because there was support right here. I'll have put my stop loss somewhere around here in the support zone, which is about 4-6 pips away. I don't really put my stop loss exactly on the blue line. I always say put it behind the blue line. If you put it on top of the blue line, you get rated, which is a prime example of what happened here. But as soon as I got the signal, if I'd gone in right here, let's say you put your stop loss right here, for example, you didn't want to risk too much, which was about 19 pips. You understand? But if you did the, what's it called? Right here, average true range. I don't know what the figure would have been at that time, but regardless of what figure it is, it should be more than 19 pips, 20 pips. It should be about 30 something pips or 40 something at that point. I'm speculating right now. But if you put that there, the likelihood of you being rated when this long candle came in is almost next to 0. So let's just give you in the worst case scenario, you got rated, right? You lost maybe 19 pips. Now, the next buy signal you got was here. And if you had followed, because that turned green as well right there, if you had followed it, what happened was price pulled back a little bit. You can see this market is very choppy and rocky, but what happens is price went in your direction. And you probably got another signal right here to have gone in. You wouldn't have got rated if your stop loss was here. Right here, there was no buy signal for you. Right here, there is no buy signal for you, but it would have been a good one. There was no buy, so you would have let that go. Right here, there's a buy signal for you. And right here, there is a buy signal. Right here, there's a buy signal. So if you had followed this, this system, you end up being profitable in your trades, but you must follow it to the key. You cannot, kind of like feel like, okay, you know what, price is not, it looks like it's going to move now and I'm just going to go in impulsively. Without this indicator giving you the entries, you shouldn't go for it. So mixing this strategy on its own, right, should give you about 60 to 65% win, regardless of the fundamentals. You understand? All of this, regardless of all of this, this is profitable. Use it correctly. It is very profitable. It's made me so much money. And if you mix both together, you're going to be making a killing. I guarantee you that you're going to be making a killing. And what I'm going to do today, since the market is acting super weird, and I believe there's something major going on in the background that we're not fully aware of yet, because I'm still confused with what's going on in the States and why the market is not even going down. It seems to be going higher. There's something very confusing going on. So in order to avoid, in order to avoid what's going on and to be safe, I would recommend using this system. So what I'm going to do today after we finish this webinar is, I think some of this indicator is already available to you. I'm not sure if this is available yet, but I'll put this EMA stuff there. I mean, you can get this. It's just if you go on insert trend moving averages, and if you put your 50 moving average right there, make a thick line, you can see it's exactly the same thing. And so is the 34 as well. So if you go to 34, I mean, you can use 20 in your case. I'm just using 34 because I use that in binary option. It's exactly the same. So I don't think I need to put this one, this specific one up there. But what you should I think what you should already have, you already have the moving averages, you have your PZ. I think you might not have the NBFX. You might not, I'm not sure. Or there's flat meter if you do have it or not. But I'll check. If you do, I'll put, if you don't, I'll put all of that in there for you, so you can use that. You can download that today and use that. And what this gives you is, you should only go into the trades when you see the signal. Basically, don't go into any trades without those signals. Guys, it's very valuable now, because what's happening now is the market is literally on a rampage right now. And for that reason, to avoid losing money, you should just follow the steps. And these steps will guarantee that you should still be in the game. So the trades that we had last week, out of all the trades that I analyzed last week, I was shocked. Only one actually played out. We lost 3 trades. But the plus side was, while we're losing the trades, this saved me a lot. I was unable to even trade last week because I just turned on the EA. I was expecting the EA to do the work, and the EA actually didn't work. So Ultra on Monday didn't work for me. Tuesday didn't work, and I started seeing the signals that it was giving me signals on Euro USD. It didn't pretty much give me much signals on the EuroCAD and AUD NZD and stuff like that. And I wasn't bothered about that. But when I was seeing the Euro USD going in my direction for so long without me getting a single trade from it, I had to go back and check. And I think my computer must have done an update, which then affected my EA from actually functioning. So I tried to repair it on Friday, which I was testing it out on this demo account. I know when I always keep my demo account on because I used to test my EA. I was doing like 0.01 sell, and it did give me a signal somewhere around here, just testing it out to see how it works. But it started working back on Friday. So Monday, I'm going to be trading again with the EA. But the main reason I'm talking about the EA is this. The EA uses exactly this criteria. This is what the EA looks for. This 4 stuff right here that I'm showing to you right now. If I'm not showing you to you before, it's basically because it's literally one of my last secret tools that I have in trading. I have a few, and this is literally one of the last ones. This is basically what my EA does. A lot of people would never give out their technical, how the technicals trade. So these are my technical indicators. I got 1 for confirmation of trend, 2 for filtering out if the trend is an up or down trend. I have the entry indicator, and my entry is also my exit indicator. And my confirmation, basically you need an entry and exit indicator, and my confirmation and entry indicators are also my exit indicator. And let me put that to you in respect. So if I was told to enter right here, I'll enter right here, and only until price fully crossed below the 50 moving average and give me a down signal will I come out. So while I entered around here, I'll have exit my trade somewhere around here. And even though price seemed to go back up, I'll have still profited from all of that move that I did right here in the trend. So I'll have profited around from here to about here, where I got my first entry, which was 209 pips. And this on its own literally gives you a lot of advantage when you're trading. If you use it well, obviously you have to mix that with your what's it called, with your average true range. So you can see it also gave signals right here as well by itself, and all this down signal when the market was choppy, it saved you most of the time. So right here, when it gave a signal right here, it was still yellow, so you wouldn't have gone in. Right here might have got you in or not. Right here got you in, but if your stop loss was behind here, you will have been totally fine. So basically, you have to kind of follow this to the book. If you follow it to the book, you'll make profits. If you don't follow it, you will probably lose. But if you're good with your support and resistance and all of that stuff, you'll probably make so much money. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to ease up on the technicals and analyzing the market and the technical aspect, doing the support and resistance stuff. I think we're past that baby stuff now. Let's go into the more advanced stuff, in which we're going to be using simply this for our entries and exits. So we, instead of us doing technicals, doing support and resistance, we'll still do support and resistance and all of that stuff. But what we'll do is we'll use the fundamental information and we'll mix it with this technical. So once we know where the market is going to fundamentally, what we need to just do is when market open, we load this up and then just only wait to when we get that signal. That's the only time you trade. But if you still want to trade in a kind of like a manual way and want to do analysis manually, then you can still do that, because you already, I believe you already have that knowledge to do so. So in which cases, like example is the Euro USD right here we're looking at. Said I want to sell this. And what's going to happen is on Monday, for example, if Monday opens, once price hit this level around here, I'm going to turn on the EA, or I'll be there with this technical information and looking for the direction for the entry in which it gives. So once it gives that entry, that's the only time I take the trade. Even if it doesn't give the entry for the next 12 hours, whenever I get that single entry, I would go with it and, start trading. Okay. And that's basically what I really want to touch on today, because I know the market is very, very dangerous right now. I ain't going to lie about it. I'm not going to front about it. It is very dangerous right now. And the only way to survive is to evolve and adapt. I've been lucky enough to be, having this stuff going for me. And it's my time now to give it to you guys to also use. So, is there any questions about it, or would you really want to know something specifically about it that I haven't mentioned?
Sorry, I came late. So, what's the decision on Euro USD? Are we buying or we're selling?
We sell it.
Because the probabilities kind of says that we should be buying Euro USD for the whole week. So
the thing is, the probability of this game is not favoring at all of the Euro USD. Now, I said we'll sell. Now, the main reason I said we'll sell is this, right? The market, it's been very difficult to find all four alignments recently. And even some scenarios when you find all four alignments, markets still tend to play up a little bit. So to avoid the issue. So in situations where you don't find full alignments, you find 2-3 alignments, for example, what you then need to do is we're going to mix that 2-3 alignments with this technical information that I just pulled up right here. So these technicals, this right here, I don't know if you have this. Mukhtar, do you have this?
No.
It should be in the indicator sections tonight. So tonight, if you check on the website, you will see it there tonight. And what this does is help you filter out a few things. So if you use the information that I'm gonna be giving you guys today, so all this entire system, and what I'll probably do is I'll upload my template, and you should just download it and just load it in a computer, and it should work perfectly fine for you. What I want to do now is when you don't have the full alignments, so such as the one we don't have the Euro USD alignment today, what we will end up doing is we're gonna load up our technicals. This technical is about 65% good. You know what I'm saying, by itself. So mixing this strategy with what we have, it would offset the probability not being in the game. So because one thing we're gonna do is, if we don't have all 4 alignments and we still want to trade that asset, then the only other way that I do it to trade an asset that doesn't have the 4 alignments is through this way, using all this technical information. So I use the PZ, use this, what's it called? The EMA, the consolidation meter, the NBFX, and I mix that with my average true range. And
Okay.
in turn, what I get is a successful trade, regardless of what's happening in the market. I get the, that successful trade, and that helps me a lot. Understand? I mean, I'm quite shocked I haven't shown you guys this, and it must have skipped my mind too many times, or because I felt like I've given away the last secret that I have that I trade with. So basically, what I'm doing now is, in a situation like the Euro USD that doesn't align, I would just use this to offset that alignment. Now, keep in mind, you still need every other things to align. I don't trade solely on just technicals. I don't do that, because trading on that alone, as I said, is 65%. And if I don't keep my emotion in check, I will lose all the money that I have. So in order to avoid that, I make sure my fundamental is aligned. At least 3 out of 4 is aligned in the direction that I want. And the last one that is not in alignment, I use this to cover the last alignment. Now, the Euro USD, I haven't even checked the Williams for it. You understand? But because it looks good and I've seen the prices tanked so much, I really want to trade it. I really feel like it's something that I should trade as an opportunity right here. And you can see even the Williams is already bottoming out on the Euro USD. I think it's overbought already. So it's overpriced at this moment. So I'm expecting the Euro to do a little bit of drop. So from that little bit of drop, the only time I'm going to go into it, even though I know the probability is not in alignment, is when I get a down signal on it. So if I switch over to Euro USD right here, let me see if I can switch over, because this indicator is quite heavy, especially this consolidation meets somewhere in the middle. It's quite heavy. So the only time I'm actually going to trade this right now, for example, this was on Friday. On Friday, you should know not to trade this on Friday, because this was the end of the market. So is when, this is perfect actually, when I get a signal like this. Let's say the market opens tomorrow. Now, within the first 2, 3, 4 hours of the market opening, I don't like trading. I don't even trade. I just wait. I wait for the market to see what the market does. And what I'll do is, after that 4 hours, is first 4 hour candle is gone, then I start trading. And I would only sell this asset if I get a setup like this. So price is below the 50 and the 34 moving average. I get a PZ entry to the downside. The consolidation meter shows me it's red, and the NBFX shows me it's red. That's the only time I'm going to take that trade. If one of those 4 don't align, I would not even touch this at all. You understand? I won't touch this. And in scenarios like this, my stop loss will actually be behind this red line right here, because I know that's a dynamic support and resistance for the market. So that's the only time I'll trade it. Now, if you feel this is too risky, because of you don't have the probability alignment, then just don't trade it like that. Wait for when you get all 4 alignments of the trade. When you get all 4, then use this system with it. So this itself help you bypass and help you get rid of the fact that you have to be doing your support and resistance, drawing the boxes, doing the weekly averages and everything. This helps you bypass it. Now, I have to be honest with you on this one. It doesn't get you the entry, like looking for reversal for you. It lets the trend matures or moves out of the consolidation before it gets you that entry. But what you learn in this is, you don't need to actually have the tip or get the reversal point to make some decent amount of money with this. If it gives you somewhere in the middle and it gives you an end, you will definitely make more than enough money from this indicators that already combined together from this system that I have up here. Okay, so to answer your question about the Euro USD, I'm still looking to trade it because I believe it's overbought, it's overpriced at the moment, and it's gonna fall. But I'm only gonna take entries that are in alignment with this technical indicator. If they're not in alignment with it, I would not take that entry on the Euro USD. What I'll gladly do is I'll go right here and look for maybe a stock market price and use that stock market asset and use that and trade the market. And that's basically what I'm going to do. I hope that answered the question, Mukhtar.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, so I'm going to upload this tonight. Now, there might be so many other opportunities going on because I was checking and the USD doesn't really have a good opportunity for us. Let me check the CAD. I'm going to check. One thing I know is before the year ends, the market is going to go back to normal and we can start getting that up. And I'm going to get new seasonalities up as well very soon. I'm still thinking about, I got a few suggestions of which of the pairs I should get up. I'm going to get someone in the team to work that out for me and put it on the website. So in situations like this, the CAD doesn't really look too good for me to trade at the moment. So I'm just going to chill. You understand? Only when I get that full alignment, then I will trade this asset. And when I'm trading, I'm only using this. So let me check the GBP. So the GBP, okay, we might on the 14th, so it's 7th. It's 7th. So the GBP, we might get a chance to trade GBP on the 9th, maybe. You know, maybe on Wednesday, we might get a buy to Friday on GBP on that one. So I'm not sure yet. I'll probably do analysis and then I'll post the trade of the week on the Telegram group. I know I haven't posted it recently, and the main reason I'm doing that is I'm being very, very careful because I know the market is very dangerous and a lot of people won't be able to trade it. Oh, nice one, Mukhtar. GBP CHF, yeah. So that's perfect. So if we're buying that or selling that, then just use this. Just use this method. I'm gonna upload it. Once I upload it on the website, you'll be notified today in the chat room. So there's no opportunity here for me on the AUD. So the euro seems to be one of the good one, and GBP seems to be good one as well. So maybe euro GBP to buy that. I don't know yet, but I'll check it. But yeah, those seems to be the best things to trade right now. I mean, this is also good. What's this? NZD seems like it's going up. But make sure you get the alignments right. If you get four alignments on this NZD of any of the NZD pair, that's perfect. Then use it with the technical information, and that should solve the dilemma. So NZD, Euro, and GBP seems to be the three ones for this week. And I'm gonna do more analysis, and I'm gonna post the trades that I find are very reasonable, and then we mix it with the technical information that we have here. And next week we're gonna see kind of the results that you get. So if you've lost some money in a while, this week you're gonna get the money that you've lost back by just using the system alone by itself, but you have to follow it 100%. That's the only way. Okay. And basically that's it for this week, guys. Is there any question?
We're good. Thanks a lot, bro.
Sorry?
Everything looked pretty good.
Okay.
So,
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile those indicators. I'll put them in the indicator sections of the website tonight. And once it's there, I'm going to send you guys a message. And also I'll do some pairs analysis. And I'll also put that on the group. I know I haven't done this in a while. I'm very careful and I'm very, very, I'm taking it little by little since the market is upside down at the moment. Okay, guys, I'm going to get that up for you tonight. And then I will speak to you guys in the chat room. All right. Take care of yourself, guys, and have a lovely weekend. Actually, it's a lovely week ahead. All right.
All right, safe.
Bye, guys. Take care.
All right.